English Literature. I'm your host Nada, and today we have special guests who will take us on journey to the world of English literature. Join me in welcoming English literature students. Okay, hello guys.
Hi.
How is it going?
Well, it's been great.
Pretty good.
Fine.
So before we start, could you guys introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Nadia. My name is Putri Salsabila.
I'm Hana, Julya. I'm Nadira Gustifani.
And I'm Eryadi and Sali, and we're thrilled to be here to share our experience to all of you guys as English literature students.
Oh my god, I am so excited to have you guys here. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us.
Having us.
Such an honor to be here.
Oh, so do I. Okay, so we start the question. We start from how is your expectation before you are being an English literature student?
I thought it was only focused at English language or teaching, but it's actually we learn more about culture, humanity, and many more.
How about the others?
Yeah, I thought when I joined English literature, I would be studying a lot about, like art and drama, because I used to watch a movie where the characters is a English literature study, and they study a lot about, like drama and Shakespeare, but in reality, it turns out the majority of thing that I study in English literature is actually culture and history.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, certainly. I also always been captivated with stories and also like the power of words. So reading is like entering a whole new different dimension, and it also feels like we live another life.
Wow.
Well, for me, as I grew older, I realized that English literature was an understanding to like get away
one can answer your questions, guys. Let me tell you about another side of English literature that people don't know before. So actually, between English courses and English literature, our major is exactly different. Like if you want to choose English department, English literature, you have to know the basic English from English courses. Like we know in English courses we study about like grammar, we study about how to speak, about listening, like basic component of language. But in English literature, in our major, we study more than that, bigger than that. Like we study about history of English language. We study about Old English, about Shakespeare, culture, drama, and then we also study about. If you choose another focus, we study about linguistic like syntax, semantic, like that. But we also study about current issue. Like now we study about broadcasting, about journalism, about media, audio, visual. So in another side you can be English student, but in another side you also can be like broadcaster because you study about broadcasting. You can be master of ceremony because you study about journalism, and you can be a videographer or make a short movie because you study about media, audio, visual. So I think it's really different between English courses and our major because English courses is basic for for our major, but in our major we study more than that. We study bigger and deeper than English courses. I think that's all.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot. So English literature major is you guys learn more deeply English. It's not only the language, but it is also about the historical, and you guys also learn any skills around about it, like
Some
journalism.
skills.
Some skills journalism.
We also learn about current issue.
Current issue. Is it like a minority something like that?
Racism.
Oh, so you guys concerned about what happens?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. You guys at home like listed a lot of things that maybe you guys never expected from English literature major. So it's not the same thing as English courses. Okay. Back to the question again. So do you guys face any struggles?
Struggles. Well, I think it's because we lack of native speakers, so that we find it hard to practice our English. But it is also crucial for us to knowing something about basic English, so we can survive in our major because since we have to communicate in English. So and also back to the basic English. If you didn't have it, you are it really hard for you to be like you said before, because every day feels like an oral exam because you have to communicate with English, even in class or even outside class. We have to communicate in English to our lecturer, and also the exam we have to manage an essay, so it's kind of tiring for us actually. Tons of essays.
So that's a lot of things to do, I guess. But I think that kind of assignments or exercise like panelism that you got in the term of project, it is a way for you to understand, to practice your English skills, because I think one of the output of this major that you can speak and write it in English well, right? But back to the exam form that I
English department student. Yeah.
The drama.
Yeah. Drama.
In 6 months.
Wow, that's really interesting. So, like you guys mentioned, you have drama
Yeah.
subject before.
Yeah.
And you guys have like a theater performance.
Yeah.
6 months.
And,
Well, that's amazing. Tell me more about it.
yeah, well, it's actually the subject that we took in the fourth semester, and we have to perform it at the end of the semester. So we just have 6 months to prepare it. Can you imagine? And you know, because at the first year of our college, we have a pandemic, you know, so the study is online and we don't really know each other. But when the drama coming, we like, oh my god, we have to work with new people, and at first it's really challenging. But you know, at the end, the purpose of the drama is to build up our chemistry at each other and